They were pointing guns at the driver, and I was like, don't see me. Wrath of Man. So Wrath of Man is the latest Guy Ritchie film starring Jason Statham. It's a heist revenge movie. Jason Statham plays the dad who's hunting down the people that murdered his son during this cash truck robbery. Overall, I thought it was a good movie. The last movie I saw by Guy Ritchie was The Gentleman, and I really enjoyed that movie as well. For some reason, he gets a lot of bad hype, and I really don't get it. His films, for the most part that I've seen, have been pretty enjoyable, and this one's no different. When it comes to Guy Ritchie, I feel like he's one of those directors, screenwriter type people that kind of have a zest with their movies. You're watching them and you really can tell he has a signature to it. Kind of like a Tarantino movie or a Christopher Nolan movie. It really has that detail that really sets his work apart. While watching this movie, it gave me dialogue similar to a Sin City, and also the action scenes of a movie like Taken, the first one, respectfully. It opens up with the heist scene that causes everything to happen, and I really liked the cinematography and the camera angles that they use. It makes you feel like you're in the back seat of everything and really knee deep in the shits. They were pointing guns at the driver, and I was like, don't see me. The first half of the movie is pretty ambiguous. They don't really tell you everything up front. So as the movie progresses, you kind of get clues along the way. I did feel like the first half of the movie is definitely different from the second. The movie lines are kind of cliche and reminds me of a bad action movie from the 90s, but it kind of gives you that comedic relief. And I feel like without it, it would just be a one-dimensional, gritty, hardcore movie. So it's warranted and necessary. And that's one of the things that I've noticed about Guy Ritchie films with his writing. It's subtle comedy mixed with a lot of grit, and you can definitely see that in this movie. Once everything starts to settle in and you get to the halfway point of the movie, that's when I think things get more interesting and a lot better. The dialogue tightens up and the background music really is on point the entire way through. And by the time they explain everything and we know exactly what's going on, that's when I feel like the movie gets the grittiest and more dark. They also do that thing where they take one specific scene and tell you that same story over and over, but from different perspectives, kind of like Crash. But when they did it, it never felt repetitive, and every time that it happened, I feel like I picked up some new information and learned some more about what was going on. I feel like when it came to things like the action scenes, you'd really be doing yourself a disservice by not seeing it in theaters. The shootouts are way more intense, and I feel like the soundtrack hits way more harder coming from the speakers of a theater instead of like at home. I thought the casting in this movie was decent. Nobody's really gonna be jockeying for an Oscar. It's a straight up heist movie, so for the most part, everyone's there to have a little bit of fun, and you can tell. I thought Jason Statham as the main character was a good choice. He plays the dad out for revenge and that stone cold killer. His character isn't really that hard to pull off. For the most part, he's pretty monotone throughout the movie. He kind of reminds me of Ryan Gosling in Drive or even The Rock in Faster. He doesn't really do much but one thing: going forward, shooting people, and repeating. And who better to have than Jason Statham for that type of role? He's pretty much business the entire way through. There's no fight scenes. There's no shirtless scenes for the ladies. He does bang down a Betty, but still, at the end of the day, it's all for business. Scott Eastwood is another actor that stuck out to me in this movie. He plays one of the bad guys, and with every wrinkle, he's starting to look more and more like his daddy. I'm sure he did, but I don't remember him having a name in this movie. They basically called each other numbers. For me, it still doesn't feel like he gets the respect that he deserves. Instead of him being the main villain in here, he's one of the comrades, a side guy, somebody that isn't really in control, but he's more of the henchman. Just another guy. All in all, I'd say this is a good movie. I saw an interview with Guy Ritchie saying that this is his most violent movie yet, and I don't know if I'd go that far. I feel like if you've seen The Gentleman, then you have an idea of just how violent it can get. I wouldn't say it's on the level of a movie like Saw, but there's some scenes that definitely earn the R rating. I thought the action was good, the buildup was solid, and the storyline really made sense the entire time. And this is also one of those movies where they answer all of the things that they're putting out there. No cliffhangers, no abstract reasoning. They fill in all the blanks. I haven't seen every Guy Ritchie film, but I'd say this one would rank number 4. Right under both of the Sherlock movies and right underneath The Gentleman. If you like movies like Den of Thieves or even the writing style of Sin City, then I think you'll like this movie. I'd say Wrath of Man is an exciting film that keeps you entertained. Have you seen Wrath of Man? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and attack the comment section. Bye-bye.